Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Give me 1 second just to keep an eye on making sure everything is working okay. Okay, good. The game is showing up in that little tiny little box right there. Volume seems to be coming through. Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. This is Crimson Knight Gaming. I am Crimson Knight, and this is where I do the gaming. We'll be jumping back into Dishonored 2, as you can see in this little corner box right here for a second. We'll be jumping in there in just a moment, but before we do, just take a quick second and point you guys towards places where you can follow me and support me, and other places you can find me. Patreon.com/Crimson Knight, Ko-fi.com/Crimson Knight. At the link tree, you can find links to my socials, my Discord, my YouTube, my Twitch, my all the things, my throne wish list, all the things. You can find them all in the link tree. Basically, if it's me, it's in the link tree. So you should absolutely check it out. And follow me at all the places and things to get updates and whatnot. I'm really good at my job, y'all. Anyway, I'm trying to think if I have any other announcements. Not to come to mind. Oh, it's not really an announcement for me, but Yvonne is celebrating their 5-year stream anniversary this week, and so yay them. No, I'm actually really excited. She's one of my best friends, and she's one of my best friends, and it was her birthday this week, and she's been celebrating that and her stream, because she started her stream on her birthday like 5 years ago, I think. So I'm really proud of her, and all that other bullshit, all that other mushy bullshit. But yeah, you should absolutely check her out if you feel so inclined. In fact, you can see her on my screen back here. She's streaming as we speak. Yvonne B, twitch.tv/Yvonne B. Check her out. She's definitely more entertaining than I am. No, that's not true. I mean, it's not true, but it's also I can be pretty damn entertaining too sometimes. We play very different games. Her niche is she does Final Fantasy 14 on Tuesdays. But other than that, she does mostly very chill, cozy indie game vibes, which good for her. And good for those games. Sometimes she gets a little spicy and does a watch party. Not a spicy watch party. Not a spicy watch party. Let me clarify that. She mixes things up and does a watch party every now and then. But sometimes she'll do rarely. She's done I think she's done a Jackbox thing once or twice, and I think she's the other thing that I could think of. I had a small list in my head, and now that list is saying bye. Oh, dating sims. Sometimes she does get a little bit spicy and do some spicy dating sims. She doesn't do it often. The hard majority of what she plays is cozy indie games. She's done Stardew Valley, she's done Sunhaven, she's done Fields of Mystria, she's done a bunch of things in those veins, kind of a thing. And like I said, she's done. She also does Enshrouded. She's done some Valheim. She's done Final Fantasy 14. I don't remember that other one that she plays sometimes. I don't remember. Check her out. Yvonne B. EVEONBEE. Yvonne B. She's great. I'm totally a good friend. Anyway, let's just shut me up and play this game. The Adama Institute. That's right. We just eliminated the Crown Killer by suppressing the second personality in Hypatia, Dr. Hypatia. And we were actually on our way out at the end of last stream. Where's my mouse? In fact, we were about to get on the boat with Megan Foster. How badly do I want to do a quick run through? Not really. Okay, let's go.
Can we leave this place yet? I don't like it. Ready now?
Go to the Dreadful Whale.
Let's get back to the ship.
Did you find Sokolov?
No, but Hypatia was the Crown Killer.
What? I don't believe you.
The Duke tricked her into injecting herself with a flawed version of her serum. It changed her, but there was an antidote, so she's alive. If she remembers the murders, she'll have to deal with that.
What about Sokolov?
They gave him to a man named Kieran Jindosh. Do you know him?
Everybody knows him. The grand inventor of Serkonos.
Then he's next. Let's hope Anton's all right.
Alrighty. Didn't kill anybody. Yay, us! Ghostly, never detected. Oops. They found 3 of my bodies. They found me 3 times. I mean, out of all the times, 3 is so minor. Non-lethal and stealth. Hell yeah. All right. Next. Overall chaos level low. Good. That's our goal. All right. We found 6 of the 6 runes. We found 1 out of 1 outsider shrines. We found 5 out of 5 bone charms. We missed 400-ish coins. And we missed 1 of the paintings, which is probably where 400 of this, where some, at least a chunk of those 400 coins is from. Where did I miss? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the map, and I'm just. We were all over that place. So either it was just in plain sight and we just walked right fucking past it, which is entirely possible, or that little section of the map that I was convinced was impossible for us to get into was not impossible for us to get into, which is very possible. It may have been like a secret, you could only get in here this one way kind of thing, or it could have been a mechanic like the breakable doors. It's easy for me to forget that some of the doors are breakable, and stuff like that. But anyway, oh well. We did the counter serum. We went to the abandoned basements. We released the hounds. Technically, we did that without them killing anybody, which is important. All right, continue. I am satisfied with that. Talk to Megan Foster about the best way to reach the home of Kieran Jindosh, grand inventor of the Duke of Serkonos.
In his day, Sokolov was Dunwall's genius. He transformed our city with his inventions. Electricity for the factories and carriages racing along above the streets. As I grew up, his buzzing and glowing devices kept me safe. His stories always made me giggle, and his outrageous conversations shocked aristocrats and overseers alike. Now, all these years later, Kieran Jindosh is Karnaka's genius. A mad inventor who has given the Duke sinister machines that move like people but aren't. Clockwork soldiers that fight and kill. Got to find out where Sokolov's being held and bring the old man back alive. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of clockwork soldiers.
Dun dun dun. Are we gonna have another visit from the outsider? It's entirely possible. No. Okay. Anything new to interact with here? Goodbye, Karnaka, a musician's farewell. Did we read this? I think we did read this. Yeah, it was Megan's musical boy toy that didn't end well. Whose room we're staying in, by the way. All right. We've read that. Read this, I believe. Oh wait, no, not all of it. Did I read this? Yes. Okay. So, Dishonored, The Void, investigating Adamire Institute. The boat captain, Megan Foster. She helped me escape the coup, but she's... did we read this? We might have. Adamire's chief alchemist might know Alexandria Hypatia. She's been running this place for years. She's famous for curing the miners' diseases. If she knows anything, I'll make her talk. Yes, we did read that. And now... Okay. The Crown Killer is no more. Next, Jindosh. I finally uncovered how my enemies created the Crown Killer. What better way to erode confidence in me before the coup? If I had stopped to think about it for even a few minutes, maybe I could have kept my people's trust. But that would have required patience. And my advisors always remind me that I have none of that particular trait. But to use Hypatia's own serum against her, horrible. I'm happy I could find a cure. She's a brilliant alchemist. Now she can continue her research to help the people of Sarkonos. I wasn't able to rescue Sokolov. He's been taken elsewhere, to Kirin Jindosh's mansion. He's the inventor of the Clockwork Soldier, and if he's able to use Sokolov's genius for his own plans, it might be very, very bad. I've seen his killing machines in action at Dunwall Tower. Tower. I can't allow Delilah to have such an ally. I'm sure Jindosh takes pleasure in keeping his intellectual rival captive. Well, it won't be for long if I have any say in it. The Dreadful Whale, what a weird name. It's hard to sleep on this ship, and when I do, my dreams are troubled. Well, I'm awake now, and I'm thinking about Sokolov. I remember him at the Hound Pits pub so long ago, trapped like a beast in a cage. He smelled of stale piss and rotting meat, but they couldn't break him. He held on to himself and picked up again as my tutor. Something I needed in the aftermath of my mother's death. Beware of dignitaries bearing gifts, he used to tell me. But I was still a child, and I liked gifts. I thought nothing sounded more pleasant. Now I know better. I also find myself thinking of Callista, my old governess. She always wanted to travel the world on a big boat. Eventually, she left Dunwall, then stopped writing a few months later. If I remember correctly, she died after she left Dunwall. Though I could be thinking of somebody else or something else like that. But yeah. Oh, Callista. I remember Callista. And I remember Callista. She was a sweetie. I think she was the one who had the uncle who was the military guy who we saved. And she was also the one who Piero was absolutely spying on while she was bathing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just want to quickly... Yeah, unless it was like... in here-ish. Which both of these doors were blocked. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Moving on. Alright. How am I doing on runes? I have 2. Heavy pouch. Dr. Hypatia needed a place to sleep, so I cleared the stuff out of the spare cabin. I was able to sell most of it. Here's what's left of the money. It's not a lot, I know. Whale oil is expensive and under imperial rationing decree, but you know that. Okay. All right. I don't see anything else. Okay, that's probably Megan. All right.
What is it they say up in Tivia? Watch the faces of those who bow the most deeply, or some such. She's a lot tougher than I expected. Very capable. Am I being dishonest? Everybody's got secrets, I guess. Maybe mine are worse than most. I just want Anton back here, safe and sound. How did that old fool come to mean so much to me?
I just want to keep
truly
spying on her.
possible the good doctor didn't know she was the crown killer? Maybe she just didn't want to.
Anything more to say? All right, nothing more to say. All right. Maintenance list. Drain engine room, another week, another leak. I wasted hours on it and couldn't get it stopped. I'll shut the water off, assuming I can find the crank wheel, something to deal with once Sokolov is safe. Check bridge tubing, done. Haul down oil, done. Buy onions, done.
You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms, just for a while, I think. Needed to be away from Adamire.
All right. I need to fix the leak. Skip is there, Hypatia is there. Crank wheel goes there, there's the leak. Okay. Blood of the Abel house. I think we did read that. Oh, yep, okay. Gotta find the crank wheel. Now, I don't already have it in my inventory, do I? No. And you go into the bathroom, that's right. It's not in the toilet, right? No.
Megan must be up on deck.
Ooh, a locked door. Stew is boiling, bubbling, simmering, whatever the term is. Okay. Lecture on bloodfly fever.
That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases. Ramsey and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle. More to go. So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Hypatia did terrible things under the influence of her formula, but she's free now. We'll find you, Anton. I wonder how recently this silvergraph image of Jindosh was made. To reach Jindosh, I'll have to take the carriage through Lower, then Upper Aventa. With a couple dozen clockwork soldiers, Jindosh changed the Empire. What would he do with an army?
Clockwork Soldier Basics. 12 personnel after last week's disaster, the Grand Inventor Kieran Jindosh circulated the following information related to his Clockwork Soldiers. All Grand Guard personnel should read this report. The Clockwork Soldier is protected by armored wooden plates. If some miscreant destroys these, then there's nothing protecting the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. So if we ever get in a fight with one, we have to destroy the armor plates before we can actually do damage to it. Makes sense. If something knocks off the Clockwork's head, the thing will attack anyone it can, ally or not, and that means you. Okay. Given the expensive optics Mr. Jindosh has provided each Clockwork with, they can see in the front and in the back. Remember that if another one of them goes haywire. Okay, so you can't sneak up behind it. You can possibly come at it from the sides or from above, but you can't from behind. If some fool is able to get close enough, there is a small panel on each Clockwork that can be rewired, which will invert their perception of friend and foe. Again, that means you get attacked. Keep these things in mind, and the Clockworks will be an asset and not a liability. Interesting. Okay. Next is up there. Reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent. There's Delilah. There's the crank wheel, I can see it. Alright, let's go take care of this. That's this way, then down here. Okay, so I believe we completed that then. Sorry, I'm just refilling my energy, my mana. There we go. All right. All right, we made it all the way over here. Anything else to nab? Hmm. Yeah, I don't want to destroy those until I absolutely have to, just in case they come in handy later.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, your Imperial Majesty. I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more
That's Hypatia.
private.
That's Hypatia. Yeah. Now we know what was wrong with her.
The dreams were stronger. Is it a sign of recovery? Relapse. Oh, you're here.
On a boat with friends, I believe. I slept, thankfully, without the usual nightmares. Perhaps the sea air does me good. The captain, Megan Foster, brought some tea earlier. Such an interesting woman. She seemed to understand about my strange, disjointed memories and the feelings of dread that accompany them. As soon as I am able, I must return to Addermire. So much of the last few months seems a blur. What was I accomplishing? Nothing. What of my research into serums for the Black Spittle? Nothing. My work was so easily derailed, I can only conclude I was suffering from a complete exhaustive breakdown. You weren't. I will need time to recover.
Stay with
Poor
me
thing.
a moment.
Yeah, I will. Just a second. Let me loot your room. Sorry, I didn't mean to shatter whatever it was that I just shattered. Ooh. I'll talk to you before I just start looting that.
Dr. Hypatia, can you
Why are we looking
remember
at... There we go.
anything that might help me? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He could be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him. But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Admire. Thank you. My dreams are still filled with visions, some of which I'd sooner forget. When I first got here, I was in a daze, but I'm feeling better.
I am glad she's feeling better.
I'm not sure how long I'll stay here, but I
The poor thing.
appreciate being away from Admire. A few days' recovery has helped. It might be the salty air or the rocking of the boat. Maybe just being around good people again.
It also helps when your mind isn't being actively
Maybe
poisoned.
someday, Karnaca will return to the way it was under the old Duke, Theodanis. You be careful. Unless someone can correct all this, the next decade or more might be gloomy indeed.
Okay, so that's the Admire one, that's the Sokolov one. Oh my god, put those away. Alright, I've talked to her all I can. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna just close the doors I left open because was not raised in a barn. Door? Door? No? Okay. Still locked. Huh. I'll leave her door open because it's not my room, you know, and it's not a door I opened, so. Alright, Megan's over there. Okay, there's the hatch into Sokolov's room, which is what I was wondering.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies. Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me. I heard a story once of a sailor caught forever in a fog. It traveled with her across all the seas. I am that sailor. There will come a time when we must part. I only tell you this in the hope to make easier our farewells. If we should become parted someday, remember that I know exactly who you are, and that I treasure you. I wonder if you remember me as I was. Sometimes I think of those days. Do you? When this crisis has passed, you must promise to release me. I am tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state?
Ouch. All right. There's the Outermeyer Institute. If I remember the map, Jindosh's estate is somewhere up in there. I think. Hard to tell. Maybe it's that? No, that might be the Grand Palace. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, I think Jindosh's stuff is like up there somewhere. Anyway, another crank wheel. I'm starting to understand why Anton wanted to go to Dunwall to seek Emily's help. She's impressive. I have to wonder if she's really suited for palace life. Maybe she wonders that herself sometimes. We could have been good friends at a time when I was running across the rooftops like she is now, watching my enemies from the shadows. I just hope she's breathing tomorrow morning, so I can complain when she puts her dusty boots up on the table again. I've lost so many friends. First, my sweet Deirdre, others along the way. Good old Aramis Stilton, who disappeared 3 years ago, and now Anton. Maybe this is my punishment. I'm bad luck. Please, Emily, bring him back. Aww. Interesting that she does that. Hold on, let me check something. Hold on. Probably in here. Yeah, okay. Hold on one moment. I have to check the thing. Yeah, okay. Sorry. All right, I'm back. What I was gonna say is it's funny that she doesn't count Dowd in that list of friends. Maybe they just put 2 in just in case you can't find one of them or something. I don't know. Right, that one's the bathroom. This is the door that's shut. Then again, now that I think about it, she wasn't exactly Dowd's friend. I mean, she was Dowd's friend, but Dowd wasn't her friend. She was there to spy on him and end him for Delilah. So maybe... Alright, I think that's everything that we're gonna find here. He says immediately wrong. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll stop. Yeet. Alright. Now we're done.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
I mean, fair. That is a fair thing.
All right, let's get underway.
We've already read that, I believe. Yes. The Aventa district. Excuse me.
Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, and they'll call down the entire city if they find out who you are.
I'll make sure they don't. You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station?
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Corvo taught me the theory.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll get it done.
Emily, take care of this crazy man and his clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me. His home is supposed to be full of marvels. Locals go in as a test of courage or because they're desperate for a meal. Kids, even. People say you can hear them at night, pounding on the windows, calling for help. The carriage will take you fairly close to the mansion. The Duke looks after people like Jindosh. When you're done, meet me back here. If you can't find a rewiring tool, and you manage to get to the other side of the wall of light, there should be a power source somewhere. A whale oil tank or windmill. Turning it off works just as good, and nobody gets burned to ashes. Careful with the wall of light. I once saw a kid dare his little brother to touch one of those things. A second later, nothing left but dust. The Duke's circle is full of clever bastards, all working for a percentage. But no one is like Jindosh. Not since Sokolov. Jindosh entered his clockwork soldiers in the Duke's tournament, the Blade Verbana. No one can beat them. Corvo won that when he was 16, didn't he? But he never faced anything like the Clockworks.
Well, he faced a lot.
Jindosh won't care who you are or what you want. To him, it's all a puzzle to work out. He looks at you like he wants to take you apart.
Oop, wrong button. Regen. Thank you. Okay, it wants me to go that way, so I'm gonna go this way first. Okay, fine. Hold on. That's twice now that that's happened, so I'm gonna just go full screen.
This was once my world. All things, from the northernmost shores to here, Karnaca in the south. she's almost as secretive as you. Megan Foster. She wasn't always a ship captain. It was years ago. The two were inseparable. There was no food, but there was love. Those brief days on the street with her childhood friend. The happiest time she's known. Megan, she can be trusted to a point. But I cannot see past the anger. That much rage can hide things. There was always hunger back then, on the streets of Dunwall. Hunger and fear. She learned to be brutal to survive. Back in Dunwall, she almost killed the crime boss called Slackjaw. Once, while he was getting a shave. Some nights, she wakes choking, hearing the screams of a young girl, watching her mother die. I can tell you that for years she was a smuggler, and worse before that.
Assassin.
She has not always chosen her companions wisely.
Delilah.
She truly cares for Sokolov. I can feel it. I can see why she cares so much for Sokolov. Both of them are trying to atone for their past. But maybe there are things beyond forgiveness. She has secrets I will not reveal. She may tell you in time.
Her name is previously Billy Lurk, and she was a member of the Whalers.
It was not her hand that held the knife.
She was not the one who killed Jessamine. That was because that was Dowd.
Things would have been different for her if her young friend had survived the attack all those years ago. So many hands built this place, and it is so grand. Was so grand. It could have been a paradise for all. She is a woman formed of 3 fathers. A
Ooh.
drunkard, a killer,
Dowd.
and an artist.
Sokolov.
She fell in with the wrong crowd many years ago in Dunwall.
The Whalers.
Things she did. She can't forgive herself.
Well, not just the Whalers, but the Brigmore witches.
She was with them on that day.
The Whalers. She was there when Jessamine was killed.
A man haunts her dreams, like a father to her. A man with a scar. He hides himself, even from me.
I wonder if that's Dowd. I'd believe it.
This one has a greater destiny. Beyond Dunwall. Beyond Karnaka. Press me for more, but I have already told you about her. She has no more secrets to tell.
Okay, fine. Alright, so we've got a rune at 47. Bone Charm at 43. That feels closest. We'll see what comes up. I hope Hypatia's back on the boat when I get there. Because I didn't think to use the heart on Hypatia while we were there.
jelly and our bones settle in the muck. For those poor fools who make their trade on the waters, I wish them luck. Serconis is a land of tall timber, fierce winds, and deep silver mines. Leave the ocean for those with no other choice.
Okay, that just takes me back there. There's a dead man here, and I've not been here yet. Major Bonneville, thank you for meeting me. Or, sorry, thank you again for your help. Without you, it would have been impossible to trace the final members of the Grand Guard who were with Stilton that night 3 years ago. The last man had made it all the way north to Maya, if you could believe it, and was recovering at a Tivian asylum for the poor, claiming to have seen all manner of strange things on the night of Stilton's last social gathering. He even described an exotic, hooded figure visiting the manor. Perhaps someone connected to Stilton's disappearance. Such matters are best left to military men such as yourself, I assume. Or I suppose. I still have your bank agent's name and address. Rest assured, your final payment will be delivered soon. I'm also sending a small flask of a liquor that is close to my heart, made from the poments left over after wine grapes have been pressed. Please think of me as you enjoy. If I remember correctly, Stilton was one of the guys that we got rid of in the Dishonored 1 DLC. I could be wrong though. Timsh. I'm thinking of Timsh. Never mind. Timsh, not Stilton. Okay. Silver War Medal. Blade Ballet. Bring razors have a slight chance of completely eliminating a body. Damn. All right, saving. Well, let's be sure. A black bone charm. Bone charm. Rune. Let's go for that. Nothing.
Again last night. Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping tinctures.
I got spotted, y'all. Oh, I'm outright not allowed to be here. Understood.
Thank you.
Outright not allowed to be there. Understood. I understand. They will see me and they will react. I understand.
Is it a curse or a blessing to linger past your time in the world?
Usually both, because things are shades of gray and nothing is straightforward.
I used to work in the mines. Don't recommend it. I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
Okay, so there's an Addermeyer solution there. Aha.
I'll get the cigars to... Why cover your face? Are you worried someone might recognize you?
Maybe I don't want to breathe in your
Watch
bullshit.
yourself around the Duke's men.
If you stay here, just don't go poking your nose where it don't belong.
I doubt I can help you. Whatever you want.
Hey!
Watch yourself.
Yarn Killer is no longer watching. All right, what do we have here? I do have an incendiary bolt. What if I just eat? Okay, better idea. Better idea. Sticky grenade. Seance notes. Hmm. This is breakable. I don't remember how. I mean, other than the obvious. I don't think I killed him, but I hope not. It is possible that I did accidentally kill him by like grenade through the floor or something, but I don't know. All right, let's go talk to the outsider.
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaka. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment. But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life, for reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They promptly took it apart, and it has never worked since.
Just a second, sorry. Okay. All right, now how am I doing on runes? 4. Okay. I can upgrade Domino to max to link 4 people together. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Now let's go with this one. Strength, not really interested. Okay, so breakable doors I could break down with that one if I wanted it. I do want the vitality eventually. Ooh. I might go for that. Bloodthirst pass. Could craft bone charms. I might go for that one actually because it's a 1. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the bone charm crafting. Craft your own bone charms by collecting a combination of mystical traits and expending raw whalebone as a resource. Trait effects are cumulative. You use a trait more than once, it affects stacks, becoming stronger. Sometimes bone charms get corrupted during crafting and will also have negative traits. Bone charms with 3 or 4 traits are more likely to be corrupted. Sacrifice bone charms to discover new traits and gain raw whalebone. Interesting. All right. Go ahead and sacrifice that one. Sacrifice that one. Sacrifice that one. We'll sacrifice that one. All right. Now. You can craft a rune. Interesting. Sorry, I'm lost. I'm looking for this. This is what I'm looking for. All right. What do you give me? Use the same trait up to 4 times across your crafted bone charms. When crafting new bone charms, it is possible to use the same trait up to 4 times across all your bone charms. Reduces chance of corruption. No chance of corruption for 3 traits, but a low chance for 4 traits. And crafting runes. I might hold off on crafting bone charms just yet. And again, hold on. Let's just poke around. Actually, hold on. I am just going to do that, and then craft 1 charms with 2 traits. Give me that and that. Okay, and that. All right.
$2 coins for that cabinet? Well, no more, thank you. Place is a dump anyway.
All right, saving.
Between the flies and the filth, it's getting hard to breathe around here.
I got a bit of a cough. Nothing serious.
Someone there? Pretty sure I saw
Someone looks armed and dangerous.
Guards are hyper vigilant, y'all.
Why cover your face? Are you worried someone might recognize you?
You can kinda mind your own business. All right, so I have some of these. Stop looking at me, bitch. Why are you coming up here? Dude, why are you coming up here?
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Wanna buy one?
A body? Here?
Huh? What? Guard go into the place and see it.
I don't like how that went, so I'm just going to not.
Someone looks armed and dangerous. Watch yourself.
Interesting get.
No.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
I'm being too chaotic. I need to calm down. Okay.
Why cover your... Watch yourself.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Want to buy one?
You bet.
Your face is covered. The Grand Guard won't like that.
Somebody's seen something.
Dancing hagfish on the line. Arthur, won't you marry me? 12 weeks I have been at sea.
Could be anything.
We save and then try this. What is this? It does what I was afraid it would do. Okay. All right, so that's where the the black bone charm is, whatever the hell that is. Okay, there's bone charm down there.
Sure, he knows how to talk with the boss. What a lick spittle.
Too far away, I think. Yeah. All right. So here's my plan. Child Empress. It was a definitive moment when people stopped calling Emily Caldwin the Child Empress. It came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwell to the authoritarianism of the Lord Regent's time. On the way back to Dunwell Tower, Caldwin's carriage was blocked between two gates, with her attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the royal protector too far away to be of service, the young empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage, save for her friend, Alexei Mayhew. Caldwin supporters are lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that had landed at her feet, throwing it back at the assailants and saving the empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Caldwin who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the man senseless with it. With the city watch closing in, the two girls held their ground against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It was said that Emily Caldwin refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and this is hailed by many as her first adult decision as Empress. Cited for her heroic actions, Alexi Mayhew was commissioned by the City Watch when she turned 18 and was later made captain by Emily Caldwin herself. Aw.
I missed the time when I could go to sleep without wondering if I'd wake up.
The hell is a black bone charm? Fading light. Far reach and blink consume no mana if used within a second of assassination. Ooh. But I don't murder. Ah. I'm gonna sacrifice that one. See what happens. Traits cannot be learned. So I wonder if that means black bone charms can't surrender their traits. I guess that makes sense. I bet that other one that I destroyed was the 7th one I had was a black bone charm too. It had a similar shape. Oh well. I don't remember what it was now. Oh, I bet it was the... Hold on, let me look at my bone charms again. There was another movement one, I want to say, that I think I got rid of. Oh well, it's fine. Observatory closure extended. I bet that's a safe code. 5-1. Hey, look, a safe. Someone's thinking they're being followed. No, give me that back. For the love of. Okay. All right. So it's 5 1 501. I guess that makes sense. Possible actions for the upcoming anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Proposal by Corey Brockburn, letter to the Karnaca Gazette, explaining that while her murder was reprehensible, the end results may have been positive for the Empire. Action. Motion approved, unanimous. This is the Regenters. Members wear Lord Regent's crest armbands on the anniversary. Objection by Corey. Lovely idea, but it may hurt business for members who need to deal with many clients on that day. Clients might find it in poor taste. 4 votes against, 3 in favor. Motion rejected. Counter proposal by Janice Tynes. Armbands could be worn on the 15th anniversary of the Lord Regent's unlawful arrest. Motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Teodoro Benitez. Campaign demanding wider deployment of the Wall of Light brought back into use by Karnaca by Duke Abel. Boldest measures are the safest. Vote delayed until word comes from Grand Guard leadership collecting facts on reductions in crime across Karnaca. Proposal added to agenda for next gathering. Cocktails and spirits served. Yeah, I don't feel bad for breaking in and stealing their shit now.
When the Grand Guard go into the place and see it packed solid with blood flies, they burn the building to the ground. And the ones on either side.
They may just smoke flash it. Either way, the jewels will be ruined. We're not getting our money, are we?
Have some faith. It'll just be more complicated than I thought it would be.
The Dukes let the blood flies get out of hand this year. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
Nobody's looking out for nobody right now. We'll go back tonight and dig the jewels out. After that, we'll make a quick exit from Karnaca.
Well, a little puss is all right, but this...
This place be any different had I not passed from the world.
Why cover your face? Are you
Something's
worried
happened,
someone
they
might
say.
recognize you?
It's safe, they say. It ain't my job. Got check on the grinders. It ain't never safe for like she's deaf on purpose.
You want advice? Don't drink from the canal.
Valid.
This place has changed a lot over the years, and not for the better.
Your face is covered. You worried someone might recognize you?
Her face is covered. How does she cram food into it?
I repair broken mining equipment, so unless you need a second-hand pickaxe, I can't help you. If you're looking, the mines always need new workers.
I seen a whale once. Scary. But I never forgot it.
You there! I need your help.
Okay. So I knew they were gonna say the English is hard, y'all. I knew they were going to ambush me.
When the Grand Guard go into the place and see it packed solid with blood flies, they burn the building to the ground, and the ones on either side.
They may just smoke flash it. Either way, the jewels will be ruined. We're not getting our money, are we?
Have some faith. It'll just be more complicated than I thought it would be.
The Dukes let the blood flies get out of hand this year. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
Nobody's looking out for nobody right now. We'll go back tonight and dig the jewels out. After that, we'll make a quick exit from Karnaca.
Not this time.
Oh wait.
What are you covering your face for? Keep the dust out?
Yes, exactly that. Keep the dust out.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
Hold on, was there another up? No. No, there was not. Okay.
Just pay the fine and be done with it. No use making trouble.
Another one here.
Hey, you! Give us what you got.
That didn't work so well. Where does the checkpoint drop me? Oh, like right there. Okay. What if I drop over here?
You there! Full day's work. That's a laugh. How would she know what a full day's work looks like?
She dead? Why is she dead? I'm gonna reload that.
face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize
You there! I need your help.
Over here! I bet this one's carrying corn. Think you look tough?
Bet you've been living a soft life.
I'll crush you.
So there's two more that were back that way. Got it. There's one.
Lord, someone should have come through already.
Hush. You'll tip off the mark.
How long we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
Guards shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
Hey, what happened here? Found anything?
Oh, I know what happened. I triggered them because the middle one went unconscious because I forgot to undomino her. Okay. Now, up there.
Someone should have come through already.
Hush. You'll tip off the mark.
How long we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
Guards shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
All right, two down. More howler dust. Okay. Okay, now hold on one moment while I the thing. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna save because I want to see what'll happen if I knock them out for her.
What's going on here? Time to die.
Okay, so it didn't hit him.
I'll cut you in half. Won't get away. Time to...
You there! I need your help. You there! I need your help. We're not done with you yet.
Okay, so she will just straight up attack. That's fine. That's what I figured would happen, but I wanted to be sure. All right. So he's unconscious. She's unconscious. Yale, you screwed me. Paolo was where you said he'd be, alone. We knifed him 50 times. He was choking blood when I drove a rail spike through the side of his head. Then he was just gone, and there weren't nothing but a bunch of rats. Not sure how he pulled that trick, but you must have known, scumbag. Next day, Paolo came back with 10 howlers. Got us a couple at a time. Dragged Brenda and Toma screaming into the street and bashed out all their teeth with a hammer. Put that crazy powder in their eyes. Had them seeing terrible things, screaming like carnival clowns. Mouths all running red. Then Paolo gave the word, and they shot him with those screaming darts they use. I stayed hid. So I'm finished, asshole, and I bet you were working with the howlers all along. I swear if I ever see you again, I'll stick you to me. Got it. Okay. So basically that's just some environmental storytelling to make you not feel bad about knocking her out or killing her, depending on your play style. Basically it was in case there was any doubt that she was part of the gang that's jumping you, kind of a thing. Howling bolts. New rune. I now have one again. I could do the cat landing or the cat jump or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I could save up. Hold on. What would I get that costs more? Oh, upgrading the bone charm stuff. Ooh, tempting. Honestly, I'm kind of good. I'll just let stuff build up. Door is blocked. What's in here though? Wall of light.
Ooh, somebody's packing weapons.
I am. And oh, wrong button. All right, saving. Bone charm there, which I think I'll get later. And by later, I mean, oh, fuck. That's right, I wasn't sneaking. I should have been sneaking, because I was by some windows. Derp, da derp, da derp, da derp. Hi, I have not played this game before, but I played Dishonored before. I know better. Alright, okay. Alright. That away.
I wonder if the rumors are true about the Crown Killer. The old Empress, really? What a bunch of degenerates.
Alright, I see.
The whole family's stoned to death. Ugh, so disfigured. Blood
1, 2.
horrible.
Possibly 3. Most likely 4. One, 2. Yeah. 4, counting one in that booth that I can see. Save.
Huh?
What do you think you're seeing, my man? What do you think you're seeing too? Okay. Actually, I am going to reload because I meant to do a thing before walking all the way over there and I didn't want to walk back. All right. I took way too long to get out of his sight range. I forgot that he comes all the way over there. What?
It stinks around here. It's not my job to clean up.
Can't stand my own stench.
Oh, fuck. Hi. Wrong button. There we go.
Hope it's not something bad. Maybe it's nothing.
Put my feet up.
It's funny to think about it, but you could be reading the letter right now. It's about me. Right now.
I hope they accept my transfer. I've got to go to one of the other districts.
Who's cop?
Let a girl from Morley, our love.
Ever so slightly.
Let's see. You can tell he's no good just by looking at his shoes. Something killed you.
Shit. Fuck. I pushed the wrong button. Ah, I'm so mad. Oh, man. I should have saved before knocking out that one guard. I thought about it. Oh, well.
Won't you marry me? 12 weeks have I been at sea, chasing monsters in the brine, dancing hagfish on the run. Martha, won't you marry me?
I always get these shifts.
12 weeks have I
I bet
been
a
at
week's
sea.
wages, this is the worst assignment.
Nerves are shot. Something unsafe going on. I'm getting good and drunk for this.
Someone just heard that.
I told him he was too skinny. Told him he wouldn't last a day. Poor kid. Why do I always have to be right?
Somebody's not feeling well.
Huh? What?
What happened here?
They're fine. They're just exhausted.
I spied a lass from Bristol. 'Twas good I had my pistol.
And I met a lady from Trivia.
Maybe it's nothing.
Okay, that's just the same thing we were already looking at.
Hey, times are hard. Help me out if you can. Appreciate it. I'll let you in on the secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something.
Okay.
So many people legging it from the city. The Grand Guard and the Howlers won't have anybody to tax or rob. I worked in the silver mines here until the dust got to my lungs. Everybody's got the willies now. Feels like the city might collapse.
Makes sense.
You watch yourself. The Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
It's okay, I'm not too friendly to the Grand Guard. Some chloroform there in case I need it. Empress Delilah's secret. Today, risking my very life, I bring you probing questions about our new Empress Delilah Caldwin, or depending on your political leanings, Delilah Copperspoon. Is it true that her mother was a kitchen maid employed in Dunwell Tower? As far as we know. Even so, that does not prove she was Emperor Euhorn Caldwin's daughter. If the Emperor did in fact have a second secret daughter, making her the true heir to the Caldwin throne, why didn't he make the proper arrangements? Outside the speculation, what else do we know about our Empress Delilah? What can the Silver Spike tell you beyond marketplace gossip? We can date her past from the time she claims to have grown up in Jessamine's shadow. We know when Delilah's most regarded paintings were bought and sold. But where was she between those earlier times and this year? Well, doubt had sealed her away when she ascended to the throne in Dunwall. Such a long gap away is suspicious, is it not? No artwork sold, not even an address of record. No neighbors stepping forward with juicy tales from the long period before she arrived in Karnaca just 3 years ago. Therein lies a mystery worth cracking, dear readers. Her activities in the time before she was seen here with our dear Duke, Luca Abel.
I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here. Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients, but I've heard he's not so easy to please. I don't know you.
I'm new to Karnaca. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses, and I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by. I think he's here. Hide yourself.
Lock it down. This won't take long. Make sure we have some privacy.
They'll see you if you try to leave.
Out on the sea, with me, something to feel, something. Wait.
I need 8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. Morley steel.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last time you gave me some backwater foundry garbage that wouldn't hold an edge and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Lop off maybe 10%?
30. Because I like you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these clockwork soldiers protecting the aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
He poofed into a cloud of rats previously.
Sweating up a storm here.
Means he
Good.
he's got outsider powers. Not here. Oh, they're just gonna hang out in the hall in the alleyway there. Got it. I wonder what's gonna happen if I approach them.
Who do we have here? I wonder why your face is covered, lady.
That's my business. Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Paolo. In this part of town, everything's my business. And slumming rich kids should remember all that etiquette they learned. Maybe you need another lesson. Is that what you came down here for?
Better take off. Paolo's in a bad mood.
Okay, so if I don't do anything, they'll just attack. Okay, interesting. I wonder if I can use that somehow.
I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here.
All right.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Instant sleep dart. Yes, please.
Well made.
Yeah.
A pleasure to do business. You won't be sorry. You know, I sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
I might get that one, but I want to see what else there is first.
The situation in the Empire has driven the
I'm good on
prices up, I'm
those.
afraid.
Good on that. How am I on these? I have 3 out of 5. 1 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 1 out of 4. 2 out of 3. I'm good on those. Good on that. Good on that. Oh, that's a rewire tool.
Things
I
were
buy,
so much better just a decade ago.
and I'll buy that. Unlock the ticket booth. All right, I will go ahead and get this.
Better weaponry. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
Oh, you'll be still here if I have a thing, and if I have anything to say about it. All right. There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave Paolo alone until I get an actual prompt to do something with him.
Welcome back. All right.
Dude died on the toilet. That sucks. Alright, saving.
Impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blood.
Burglars are planning to knock down a weak wall leading to the back of the black market shop. They don't have enough whale oil for the blast. Okay.
You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
Can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
Are you guys hostile? Hostile. Okay. Are you guys hostile? Hostile. Got it.
Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
You shouldn't have won.
I waited too long.
Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
All right. Cool. Things are rotten here in Dunwall. Nothing is the same since the coup. It ain't safe for no one, and there's no jobs neither. You get yourself back here and take your kids. Ain't right, you should have left them with me for so long anyway. You didn't mention how sickly they was, and poor behaved. Now you're my sister, and that counts for something. But when the new month comes, I'm leaving. There's no more I can do. Ain't their mother, and they won't listen. I can't afford to feed them no more. There's nothing left for beers or rent by the time they're done eating, and not a penny from you. Off to find your fortune in Karnaca. Some fortune. Well, that's the end of it, Bethy. All right, I want to try something. I'm going to save and then I'm going to try something.
Thanks again.
No problem. Stay alive. Don't burn yourself to death. Because I kind of liked this person in here.
Come in, my friend. Always a delight to see you.
For real though, I kind of like her.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
All right, incendiary bolts.
A deal well made. A pleasure to do business. You won't be sorry. You know, I sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
All right.
Ah,
And I'm still missing
better weaponry.
Oh, shoot. I totally forgot there's more pages. All right, pistol. I'll take that. Bolt capacity. Yes, please. Okay.
I shouldn't deal with strangers.
So I'm gonna save now. Drop. Eat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured they weren't lying when they said one more thing, but I wanted to be sure. All right.
Thanks again.
I have a ticket booth key. Okay.
Nah, not this time. We're playing dice tonight. You in?
Would this place be any different had I not passed from the world?
Bruh, come on.
From better families. I should think that's just obvious. I told them he was too skinny. Told them he wouldn't last a day. Ah, poor kid. Why do I always have to be right?
Oh, hi.
Silver Spike on the Howlers. Guest editor, The Howler Blight. Letter published last week by the Gazette was an outrage. How could Madame Anto suggest that the Dust District and even Karnaca itself would be better off if we legitimize Paolo and his Howlers in any way? Instead, decent folk should hope to wake one morning and read that Paolo is finally dead or in jail. And why should we, quote, be wary of the Abbey? Only a witch need worry about the wrath of the overseers. The Howlers are nothing but a bunch of cutthroats who never worked a day in their life. Everything they have, they stole. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alright, what is this new bone charm I just picked up? Gutter Feast. Well, they can be eaten for mana, and I think I'm going to pass on that, but I am going to sacrifice it. There's Mindy Blanchard. We ran into her the last district we were in. Note to employees. One of the booth keys has been stolen again. This time I'm not having it remade, so you'll have to share the remaining key. Pippa, when your shift is over, just wait for Narciso to arrive, then hand the key over to him. Narciso, you wait for Daniel, and so on. Nobody leave the key in some stupid hidey hole or whatever. If the last key is stolen, we won't be able to open the booth, and you'll all be out of work. If you're worried, pool your coin and have another key made. Or go buy the old one back from the black market, as I'm pretty sure that's where it is now. Well, it's where we bought it. Ooh. Anyway. Done mine. A new thing. Blueprint, that's the word.
Now, I can't go to the Grand Guard. This is what I pay protection money for. I'll just eat the losses. No sense in dying for this. Damn.
I feel so bad for her. All right, well, I'm just gonna close that. Close that.
Thanks again.
And now we wonder what happens if I go back in here and buy from her again.
I'm glad to see you well.
Oh, it worked! All right.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Okay, I don't want that one yet. Nope, wrong button.
Real well made. I used to own a cafe down at the docks, but the smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell of morning coffee. You won't be sorry.
Smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell of coffee. I believe it. Now, I don't have the money for it, but that's okay. I'm just looking anyway. All right.
Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here. Welcome back. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
Ooh, the stun mine. Honestly, the stun mines are useful.
Real well made.
But I think I want to do that.
You won't be sorry.
And I don't think I have space for anything else. Not space, but money for anything else. Yeah.
The situation in the Empire is I shouldn't deal with strangers.
I'm just gonna unlock your door. I'm not even gonna open it. I'm just unlocking it. Prove I can. All right. Okay. To upper Aventa. Whee! Imagine if your public transportation, if your public transit system was designed like a fucking roller coaster. Beautiful game, though.
From here. The gate's down. I'll need the code.
Be the carriage gate code. Okay, we're gonna be wrapping it up here shortly. Rune, couple of bone charms. Seems to be it. All right, well, I'm just gonna park it there for a second and save, but also full save. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up there for the week, actually, because it's Friday. I'll be back. I should be back on Monday with more Assassin's Creed Origins. Check my watch my socials and my Discord. Excuse me, for updates. Assuming, if not assuming, but if anything bad happens, check those for updates. Bad happens. If anything that throws off the schedule happens, that's what I'm trying to say. But that's where those updates will be. Yeah, I can't think of any reason. Excuse me, not to be streaming next week, but we'll see. So yeah, before we head out, I mentioned the socials in the Discord. You can find those in the link tree above my head. Linktree/Crimson Knight. KrimzonKnight. And if you go there, you'll find links to all my socials, my Discord, and a bunch of other places where you can follow me, consume my content, support my content, etc., etc., and so on and so forth, and get updates about my content. That's the rest of that, etc., I guess. Anyway, yeah, check that out. Check those out, because that's where updates will be posted if anything throws off the schedule or anything like that. That's where that will be. Excuse me. Trying to think. Other than that, no, that's all I can think of. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday with more Assassin's Creed Origins, and so until then, remember to have empathy, be kind, be safe, love yourselves and love everyone around you, and I'll see you all next time. I love you all. Peace out.